All right, let's break down what's really going on with Beyonce and Jay-Z, because things are getting way more intense than anyone expected. There are rumors, leaked tapes, and even federal prosecutors calling out big names. Word on the street is that Beyonce and Jay-Z aren't just connected to all of this. They could be the next ones targeted. Here's how it started. Things began to heat up when Diddy's trial gained traction. Shocking testimonies, leaked recordings, and court files started shaking up the music industry. But the biggest twist? It's not just about Diddy anymore. Sources say prosecutors might go after some of the powerful people close to him. And supposedly, Beyonce and Jay-Z are high on that list.
Jay-Z is
This isn't just gossip anymore. Sources say Beyonce has already canceled some of her upcoming tour dates and is seriously thinking about leaving the country with Jay-Z. But this isn't for a vacation. It's more like a smart move to avoid legal trouble. Word is they're thinking about pulling a Russell Simmons and disappearing to a country that doesn't have an extradition deal with the US, just in case things take a legal turn. People used to think Jay-Z was the one involved in Diddy's wild parties, and that Beyonce was just around by default. But now it's starting to look like she may have been involved too. There's talk that she wasn't just standing on the sidelines. She knew about the party lifestyle and was part of it. Now that prosecutors are closing in, both of them are reportedly trying to get out before things get too serious. And here's where it gets even more complicated. Before all of this drama, Jay-Z and Diddy were really close. Jay-Z and Diddy were really close. So close that Jay was one of only 2 people allowed to call Diddy by his real name seen. The other person was Diddy's mom. That's not just casual friendship, that's being part of Diddy's inner circle. Their connection wasn't a secret either. Jay-Z and Beyonce used to invite Diddy to their big Roc Nation Brunch every year. He was always featured on their social media and seen with them in public. But everything changed when Cassie's lawsuit came out. After that, Diddy was suddenly cut off, like he didn't even exist anymore. Still, cutting ties with him after the fact didn't stop people from connecting the dots. One story that got people talking came from rapper D.A.B. He said that back in 2020, he was invited to a super secret party at. D.A.B. said the party took place at Diddy's place in LA. And guess who else was there with just a few other people? Jay-Z and Beyonce. D.A.B. described it as a super exclusive gathering. But the way he talked about the vibe, it sounded more like one of those wild, secretive parties people whisper about. That's when internet sleuths started piecing things together. Here's where it gets even more intense. Jay-Z's past is coming back into the spotlight. Years ago, there were rumors that he had a relationship with rapper Foxy Brown when she was only 15. People are starting to talk about that again now, especially with all this new drama unfolding.
He's the acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
There have always been quiet rumors about that situation. But here's the twist. Jay-Z's former business partner, Dame Dash, didn't deny it when asked. In fact, during an interview, Dame got really uncomfortable and basically told the host to ask Jay-Z directly because he didn't want to be the one saying anything on camera. Now add that to the fact that Jay-Z worked with R. Kelly in the past. And people are starting to notice a troubling pattern. Jay-Z made a full album with R. Kelly and even went on tour with him. When Dame Dash was asked why he distanced himself from Jay-Z, he said it was because Jay never cut ties with R. Kelly. That's a big deal. So now, when people say Jay-Z might be another version of Diddy, they could be onto something. And Beyonce being involved just makes the whole story even more intense. From the outside, Jay-Z and Beyonce's relationship has always looked perfect. Red carpets, power couple vibes, and carefully planned public appearances. They seemed like music royalty. But behind the scenes, it's starting to look more like a high-stakes business deal than a fairy tale romance. Their relationship is starting to look more like a strategic partnership than a fairy tale love story. And now that their names are being mentioned around legal circles, people are digging into the past. And what they're finding is unsettling. Jay-Z has shown a pattern over the years. He's powerful, older, and often drawn to young, up-and-coming women just entering the industry. After the rumors about Foxy Brown quietly faded, some even saying hush money was involved, the focus shifted to Aaliyah. Sources say Jay-Z started showing interest in Aaliyah right after the news broke about her secret and troubling marriage to R. Kelly. Jay would send her flowers, invite her to exclusive events, and try to win her over with his charm. But Aaliyah didn't fall for it. Instead, she was reportedly more into Dame Dash, Jay-Z's business partner at the time. According to insiders, it felt like a strange competition between Jay-Z and R. Kelly over Aaliyah, almost like it was more about ego than anything else. When Aaliyah tragically died in a plane crash, rumors quickly started spreading that it might not have been an accident. Some even claimed she was drugged and forced onto the plane against her will. Whether that's true or not, it left people wondering if someone behind the scenes had a role in what happened. After Aaliyah's death, Jay-Z shifted his attention to Beyonce. She was young, incredibly talented, and still trying to find her way in the industry. Multiple sources say Beyonce didn't have much of a personal life growing up. Her family, especially her mom, was deeply involved in every part of her career, making most of the decisions for her. She only had one boyfriend in high school, and not much dating experience overall. So when Jay-Z came into the picture, older, successful, and full of charm, it was easy for him to win her over. Jay once said in an interview that he met Beyonce when she was 16 but waited until she turned 18 to start a relationship. But people close to her say, by the time Beyonce was legally an adult, people close to her say Jay-Z already had a strong hold on her. It wasn't an equal relationship. It felt calculated. She admired him, and he had the power to open doors in the industry. Once they got together, he reportedly took control of nearly everything. Her music, her image, her schedule, even parts of her personal life. Then there's Uncle Ron, Beyonce's former bodyguard, who has gone viral for sharing some serious claims. He said that Jay-Z got Beyonce hooked on different substances to keep her under control, making her dependent so she wouldn't question him or try to leave. It's a disturbing claim, and it sounds a lot like what Cassie said happened with Diddy, being trapped in a toxic world through addiction and manipulation. Sources say Beyonce has been trying to break free. She's had enough of being controlled by Jay, by her team, and even by her own mother. People close to her say she feels like she's never really lived her own life, that she's just been shaped into a brand from the beginning. Now that everything seems to be falling apart, sources say Beyonce is hitting her breaking point. Some claim she's quietly planning to disappear, cut ties with everything, and vanish from the spotlight. She's reportedly been talking about feeling depressed, stuck, and hopeless. One source even said she's had thoughts of ending it all, not because she wants to die, but because she can't see any other way out. With the legal pressure around this investigation growing, it seems like time might be running out for her to make a move. The internet is watching everything Jay-Z and Beyonce do right now, and it's not looking good. Fans who used to defend them are starting to ask tough questions. Asterisk, how involved were they with Diddy? Asterisk, why do so many unsettling patterns show up when you look into their past? Asterisk, and why have they gone so silent all of a sudden? People are connecting the dots quickly. The Roc Nation Brunch, which used to be one of the biggest celebrity events of the year, just disappeared. No explanation, no announcement. Jay-Z and Beyonce used to promote it every year like clockwork. But after Diddy's scandal blew up, it was just gone. The celebrities used to fight for invites to their events, but now it's completely quiet. Their team hasn't said a single word, and that's making people think Beyonce and Jay-Z are trying to disappear fast. There's also the money side of things. Rumor has it Beyonce has already started saving up to leave quietly. She's pulling out of deals, renegotiating contracts, and even canceling tours, not because tickets aren't selling, but to collect as much money as possible before leaving. There were even talks about a divorce. Once she would announce only after securing her money and getting away from Jay-Z completely. But then prosecutors apparently caught on to both of them, and the divorce plan changed into a plan for them to flee the country together. People close to them say they're looking for countries with no extradition agreements, meaning the US couldn't force those countries to send them back if they get charged. People are saying Beyonce and Jay-Z might be planning to leave the country. Think luxury homes overseas, secret properties off the grid, and even new identities. They've seen what happened to Diddy, raids, lawsuits, media chaos, and want to avoid that same mess. It's crazy how fast public opinion has changed. For years, Jay-Z was seen as a smart businessman, a former hustler turned billionaire. Beyoncé was seen as a flawless music queen, powerful and untouchable. But now people are seeing the cracks, control, manipulation. Even fans who once loved Beyoncé are now saying things like, "She never seemed free. She's been trying to get away for years. We just didn't notice." As for Jay-Z, his past is catching up to him. Old interviews, legal papers, and stories from people he worked with are all coming back. With Dame Dash refusing to cover for him or stay quiet, more secrets could come out at any time. This isn't just gossip anymore. It's about a powerful empire falling apart, one built on talent, influence, and keeping things quiet. But silence can't protect you forever. With so much pressure building, it makes sense they want to disappear. The big question is, will they get away, or will the truth catch up to them before they do?